The number 5, right? The number 5 is used in ketchup bottles, medicine, syrup bottles, drinking straws. So the plastic straws we use for drinking, ketchup bottles, and things like that, that's number 5. So if you check under your ketchup, you're going to find a triangle with a 5 in it. The status of this type of plastic, it says, transmit no known chemicals into food. So this is supposedly a good plastic. This is a plastic that you could actually reuse, right? You can actually take this plastic and put other things in this plastic, food, whatever, and it's not going to mess up by leaking chemicals back into the product you put inside of it, right? But this plastic is used for ketchup bottles, medicine and syrup bottles, drinking straws, right? Um, let's move on for number 5. So 5 supposedly is a good plastic, right? Number 6 is it's PS. The number is PS, right? Polystyrene.
Yeah, Khan. That's what I ain't get to say the letters, but now you said it. It has a PS on the bottom of it.
Okay, ton. So it has a PS on it, right? And this is used in disposable cups and plates, egg cartons, take-out containers, right? So number 6, the one that Josh has, he just said he bought a food tray with some, I don't know, maybe fruit, whatever the tray has in it. And that's what he says. He bought it with food. And it's used for disposable cups and plates, egg cartons, takeout containers. The status of this plastic that Josh has on the product he just purchased, the food he purchased, is believed to leach styrene, a possible human carcinogen, into food. It says we're supposed to avoid this plastic. But the brother just bought this tray of food, and this is the plastic that it came in. A plastic we're not supposed to use for food. We're supposed to avoid this plastic, right? This is number 6. Aria, could you look up the styrene? Styrene.
Slakia,
And go ahead, King.
I'm actually feeling lightheaded now. I got a little stomach ache going on.
Hey, it does all of these things to you, man. To be quite honest, because it's not supposed to be used in food. We're supposed to avoid it, right?
God,
Stay away from it,
it might
right?
even affect my reading tonight, King.
Man, I hope not. Right? But
No,
this
no
is the
problem.
plastic they use for food. We're supposed to avoid it. Ari, are you looking up that word? Go ahead, King.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Can hear you now.
Yeah, so it's crazy. It says, let me see, styrene. These health effects include changes in color vision, tiredness, feeling drunk, slow reaction time, concentration problems, and balance problems. The
Does
styrene
that sound like a
concentration.
good thing before
Oh
you go
man,
further?
all these things is hitting on the nail. No wonder I feel tired all the time.
Right? So you buy food, you might buy something healthy to eat, you might buy fruit. Let me get a nice tray of fruits that are gonna be healthy because I don't want to eat that meat. I don't want to eat no processed meat. So I'm gonna buy a nice tray of food. I'm gonna go to this restaurant. They cook healthy food, but the trays that they put the food in, and it's not the restaurant's fault. There is an industry that literally kind of say, hey, this is what you use to put food in for customers who come to buy from your restaurant, right? They are not the ones making these containers that they put the food in. They just buy the containers because legally these are containers that you use to give your customers food. And the plastic that the brother purchased or the plastic container that they use has a number 6 on the bottom, right? It's used in disposable cups and plates. Do you go to feast days? Anybody go to feast days? Anybody go to family gatherings? Anybody go to a backyard barbecue, you know, and they're going to have some food and some drinks and you're going to celebrate with your family and the friends. And what do you get for your food, for your burger and the food that you have? They put it in disposable cups and disposable plates. That's what this number 6 is used for, right? They use it to make egg cartons, takeout containers. So anywhere in the world that you got takeout containers, when you go buy food, there is a 6 under it with a triangle. And this is a plastic that you're supposed to avoid because it's believed to leak styrene, and we see the effects of styrene, right? It messes up your color vision. You start feeling weak and tired. You feel drunk. You got a slow reaction time. So maybe what they call niggeritis is not niggeritis, it's because of the products that we've been using to eat the food that we've been eating, which we never knew was poisoning us. Right? A lot of times you get tired after you eat food. Maybe it's not because of the food. Maybe it's just the products that we use to take out the food that we're eating, right? A lot of the spoons that we use to serve food is plastic, right? The food and the forks that we use to eat with is plastic. Look and see if there's a triangle under that plastic fork, that plastic spoon, that plastic knife. And what type of plastic is it? Is it a plastic that you're not even supposed to put in your mouth? You're supposed to avoid it. You're not supposed to put no water or juice or anything liquid inside of it to drink it or eat from it, right? They tell you right here, number 6 is something you're supposed to avoid. And we see the side effects of what this styrene is, right?
Salakia.
Go ahead, King.
Yeah, just a few quick things to touch on what you're bringing out. What I have is just the covering, right? You know, those little foods I be getting, it got the aluminum bottle that you fold it around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you know, you go around in a circle, you fold the aluminum and close up the plate. It's just the covering. That's the first part. Second part is when I go to the restaurant, I always avoid using their utensils. I always ask for the plastic spoons and the fork because I don't trust putting their utensils in. I don't know whose uh mouth's been up on those forks and spoons. So I really don't trust using the actual metal utensils from the restaurant. So I always tend to ask for the plastics. But yeah, you think those things could, like, you know, I'm over here trying to keep healthy and avoid some of those. I know they wash it, they do a good thorough job, but I don't know, just the memes I'll be seeing that they be putting up memes like, you know, they'll show a crackhead's mouth with his teeth all messed up and they be like, every mouth has been on this fork that you eat at your favorite restaurant. So ever since I see stuff like that, I don't want to use their metal utensils. I always ask for a plastic spoon or fork. And as far as the covering of the food, you think any of that could affect it, or coverings is not that bad?
Well, you see, the problem is not um, You see, like if you take, let's be real, um, let's exaggerate this, right? If you take a barrel, a big drum, right, a barrel of pure, clean rainwater, right, which is, before all of the chemtrails and stuff, it's like the healthiest and tastiest water to drink. I'm not sure if anybody ever actually drank rainwater, right? But in the Caribbean, you have barrels by your house, and you kind of catch the rainwater. And when you taste rainwater, it tastes really good, right? If you didn't know water has a taste, water has a taste. Rainwater has a really nice taste. It's real clean, real refreshing, right? But let's say you have that nice drum of rainwater, and every day, just maybe once a week. Not let's not even say every day, right? Well, actually, let's say every day, because we eat food, we drink water, we drink juice, all of these things every day, right? But every day you take a drop of poison and you drop it into that barrel of pure, clean, healthy rainwater. At the end of the year, are you drinking clean rainwater? Is the poison in the water that you're dropping every day, is it going to start to affect you negatively? Right? It may not affect you, right, when you put that first drop in the barrel of water. Just one drop in a barrel, that poison is going to get diluted out. It's not even going to affect you. You're not even going to taste it. But after dropping a drop of that into your water every day, eventually it's going to get to that point where it's not diluting out anymore, right? And this is one of the reasons why we see a high rate of sickness happening in our community, a high rate of cancer happening in our community, because once we do it every day in different ways, right? We brush our teeth every morning, most of us. No folly, no folly. All right, we brush our teeth and we use toothpaste that have fluoride in it and other chemicals that has an adverse effect to our body, right? We put deodorant on that has aluminum in it, right? And we're going to get to the aluminum container with the plastic cover that they use for food, right? Aluminum is a bad thing, right? Especially when you put hot food in aluminum, right? The aluminum starts to activate, right? So we use deodorants that have aluminum in it, which we put on our skin, and anything you put on your skin, whether you know it or not, the skin is the biggest organ on your body, which absorbs everything that you put on it. Right? We use the cell phone every day, which puts out trace amount of radiation in us, whether we are on a call or not. We use Bluetooth devices that also puts out trace radiation or poison in our body. And I'm using these things to show you an example of, let's say, a drop in the bucket or a drop in the drum, right? It may not affect you the first and the second and the third and the fourth and the 150 a day, but the more you drop the poison into the barrel, later on is when it's right. The GMO food that we eat, right? All of the products we a lot of us microwave our food. I've had to force myself to stop using microwaves, because anything you microwave, you kill it. It becomes dead. You microwave a healthy meal, you just made that dead. If you take water from microwave and you feed your plant with it, within 7 days, the plant is dead, right? So this is showing that, yeah, we drink water every day and we might quench our thirst, and that's another topic altogether, right? Because